Hello, this is Jared Rains. Again, just had a thought I wanted to share with you real quick. I've personally been seeking more of God's presence in my life on a daily basis. I believe firmly that God's presence it's active. It's in our, God's presence is here all day, every day. It's not a matter of whether God's presence is already here or God is here. It's a matter of whether we show up, whether we're here or not, whether our hearts and our minds and our eyes are open to it. And I think sometimes we don't feel His presence because we're not fully connected to Him. So I know in my life, I'm trying to get to a point in my life where I'm just in God's presence more and more throughout the day. Even if I'm not just sitting and talking to God and praying, that I can still feel His presence. And for me, it's a thing of what are we willing to do to gain that. How do you spend your free time? What do you do in your free time? Are you a gamer? You play a lot of games. Do you outdoorsy? Are you outdoors a lot? Are you like me? You're artsy. You write or musical or whatever. No, there's millions of different things that take up our time and different hobbies. We need hobbies and we need those things, but the question is are you doing those things more than you are spending personal alone time with God? Moses was a man that really sought after and craved God's presence. He was a man that had a lot of responsibility and was a very busy man, but still found time to pull away from the craziness and to go to, he had a tent of meeting, and he would go and just spend time alone with God. Sometimes Joshua was with him, but it was his time to go spend alone time with God. And I think in order for us, we say we want more of God, but we've got to seek after Him in order to get more of Him. And so if you find yourself thinking that to yourself, I want more of God, what are you doing to obtain that? And that's really, this vlog isn't necessarily, it's not a real profound vlog. It's very basic, and I'm not really going to get into answering that question myself, because I want you to answer that question for yourself. And I want to challenge you, answer that question and then do something about it. Do you crave God's presence in your life? The sun is about to be in my eyes. Do you crave God's presence in your life? And if you do, are you willing to sacrifice some things in order to have more of Him in your life? Is He your priority? And these are some questions I want you to ask yourself. Don't just ask yourself and go along. Sit down, open up your Word, open up a journal and write your thoughts down. I think journaling is a very healthy thing to do. And really examine yourself here. And that's really my challenge I want to leave with you today, is examine yourself. Examine your life right now and where you are and how much time you're spending getting to know God. And again, a very basic, back to the basics type of vlog, but I just wanted to challenge you. I'm one that I want more of God. Right now, the first thing I'm doing in the mornings, not that every morning I've been doing it, I want to make it to where it is every morning. I'm spending alone time. The first thing I do is I go into my quiet place. I've been going in this morning, for example. I went and sat at my piano and sat and played and sang to God and talked to Him. And that's time for me. It's very personal, and I experience God in that way. And I just want to challenge you right now to ask yourself some of these questions. What are some of the things that's pulling, in essence, if anything replaces worship, takes your worship away from God, it's an idol. So what idols do you have in your life right now that's taking away? Tear them down and, get to know God more. Get in your Word more. Spend your quiet time just talking to Him, worshiping Him. And guys, journal it. Write it down. Write your experiences down on in a journal, and go back to Him from time to time to see your growth. But anyway, I'm done. I just wanted to challenge you with these things. Ask yourself some of these questions, and then really get in and seek more of God's presence in your life. Because the more of His presence we have in our lives, the stronger we're going to get, and the stronger we're getting, the brighter we're going to shine for the Lord, and the more lives are going to be saved and brought to Him. But anyway, I love you. That's my thought. And peace!